Thailand's largest opposition party has called for Prime Minister Prayuth Chan-ocha to resign. That's as a special parliamentary debate begins to deal with ongoing street protests. The Prime Minister called the session in a bid to end months of pro-democracy demonstrations. While the session is underway, activists have gathered outside the German embassy in Bangkok. They're asking the German government to investigate the king's use of his powers from his residence in the German state of Bavaria. Now we're joined by journalist Matthias Peer in Bangkok. Matthias, Thailand's parliament is holding a special session today. Can we really expect a breakthrough there?
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't think so. We will hear many speeches until tomorrow, until the end of the special session of the parliament. But there will most likely be no concrete action coming from the parliament, since the special debate is a non-voting session. That means there will be no binding outcome for the government. The members of parliament, they can give some recommendations of what to do and how to solve the political crisis in the country, but the government can listen to them or they can't. And many protesters, they are also not very confident that this process will have any significant outcomes, especially since one of the most popular opposition parties was dissolved earlier this year, and also prominent opposition politicians are banned from politics.
Matthias, the Thai king is known to spend more time in Germany than in Thailand. Protesters now say they would petition Germany to investigate the king's use of his powers while he is here. And Germany's foreign minister has also reacted today. Let's just listen in.
Of course, we are following the developments that are taking place in Thailand, that there are demonstrations, people who are taking to the streets for their rights. And of course, I'm also watching what the Thai king gets up to in Germany. We've been keeping an eye on that, not only in the last few weeks, but we are continuously checking, and if there are things that we find to be illegal, then there will be immediate consequences.
German Foreign Minister Heiko Maas speaking there. Matthias, will an answer like that satisfy the demands of the protesters?
Yes, I think many of the pro-democracy activists, they will appreciate this message coming from Germany. In the past few months, they have seen Germany as one of their major international allies. Mr. Maas also said in the past that he is considering to freeze free trade talks with Thailand because of anti-democratic developments in the country. So this message coming from Germany today, I think, is highly appreciated here among the activists in Bangkok. They're also happy that the international community pays attention to their problems and to their grievances here in the country. And yeah, it seems like they have achieved the goal they wanted to achieve with the protests in front of the embassy today by getting some sort of reaction like this from the German government.
Matthias, there also are ultra-royalists in Thailand, and they criticize the protest movement. In social media, they even threaten violence. How divided is the country?
Yeah, the country certainly is divided. We have seen protests from pro-democracy activists on the one side and protests by supporters of the monarchy and supporters of the regime on the other side. Just today in front of the German embassy, both sides held a protest, and so far the pro-government side had a much smaller turnout than the pro-democracy activists had. But nevertheless, we are seeing here that the demands of the pro-democracy activists, there is some resistance to that, especially regarding the demand for reform of the monarchy. And so it won't be very easy for those activists to actually get what they want.
Matthias Peer reporting there from the Thai capital of Bangkok. Thank you.